So Chris Hemsworth has been in the news quite a bit lately. One, because he shared with people that he's at a risk for dementia. He's got high risk for it, which, is unfortunate news. So he's taking a little bit of time off for that because he's trying to adjust his life and make sure that he does whatever he can to stop that from happening for him. He's also been a little critical of Marvel, which I find hilarious. I always love it when people speak out against Marvel, especially one of their bigger stars, who, by the way, his contract is up. He has no more obligations to Marvel, though he would come back. This is the thing. He would definitely come back, but they want to move forward with Jane Foster. But he would come back. He's said he would come back. He wants to keep playing Thor, but he doesn't want to play stupid, goofy Thor. One thing about Ragnarok and Love and Thunder, even if you like those movies, I like Ragnarok. I thought Ragnarok was pretty good. Thor, Love and Thunder was trash, though. That movie was awful. However, I did like Ragnarok. But Ragnarok was a big departure from what the character was in the first two Thors. And if you're familiar with him in the comic books, it was a big departure from that as well. And then it's funny, they go back to the Avengers movies, and he's kind of serious again. He's not a big dummy. It's inconsistent, but for him to go back to the MCU, if they were to call him and say, Chris, we want you to be Thor again, he's basically saying, I'm not going to work with the director, Taika Waititi. I'm not going to work with him again, is what he said. He wants to do a more serious take, a more conflicted character. And, basically he wants the character not to be a dummy. He wants him to be interesting. And, I don't necessarily disagree with him. I wonder if they're going to bring him back at all, though. Will they bring him back? He's the only one that's, other than Hulk, that's still around. So, he says, where do you go with Thor at this point? And he's unsure if he would get another chance to pick up the hammer now that his Marvel Studios contract had closed out. Thor, Love and Thunder, should he ever get the chance to reprise the role, he will love to see his thus far career-defining character written in a way more akin to the tortured hero he was in the last two Avengers movies, rather than the bronze over brains comic relief he was in his last solo outings. I think you look at Thor and Thor Dark World, and they were quite similar. The actor said. Ragnarok, Love and Thunder, similar. I think it's about reinventing him. I think I've had such a unique opportunity with Infinity War and Endgame to do very drastic things with the character. I enjoy that, He added doing his best to sidestep calling out Waititi's indifference in good storytelling by name. So that's pretty much it. He wants to reinvent the character, and he doesn't want to work with Taka again. He wants to do his own thing. He doesn't want to do his own thing. He wants the character to be a little bit more serious, like he is in every other movie but that guy's movies. So, I don't know. Is he coming back? We'll see. But I do know that he didn't finish Loki Season 1, which I find funny. Now, he's actually pretty good with wording. He's always been pretty good with wording, especially on the reasons why he doesn't want to live in Hollywood. And it's the same here. So he gets asked if he watched this pile of shit show, and it is a pile of shit, and he says he only caught one episode. As one of the most unique projects in MCU Phase 4, Loki has been a fan favorite. Despite this, Hemsworth has still yet to finish Season 1. It's a fan favorite by who? Screen Rant journalists? I've only heard a few people say they actually liked that show. Despite this, Hemsworth has still yet to finish Season 1, revealing in a new episode of the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, the Thor actor explains why he has only caught just one episode of Loki. Although he shares that based on what he saw, he found it interesting. Read his full quote below. And here it is. Let's see if he actually found this interesting. I think I saw an episode of Loki and I thought, oh, that's cool. I've got 3 kids, mate. I've got 3 kids, and I'm off gallivanting around the place. No, I haven't watched anything. It's not because I don't want to. I just haven't had time. I don't know where in there he says that he found the show interesting. He says, I think I saw an episode of it. We don't even know if he's watched it. He could just be saying that he caught part of it and said, oh, that's cool. You know what I think? I think he saw a show called Loki was out and said, oh, that's cool. Neat. And then went about his day. Basically saying that he has no time to watch this shit. And he has 3 kids, which are a handful, and I don't think he has other people raising them. He does seem to be quite the family man from what I've seen in interviews from him, and actually enjoys spending time with his family, unlike a lot of people in Hollywood who just pretty much give all of their kids to nannies so they can go drink and party. But it's funny that they're trying, and multiple articles are doing this, by the way, not just Screen Rant, is they're all trying to spin his comments around and make it sound like he found it interesting. They say, oh, even though he saw it and found it interesting, he said, oh, that's cool. And then he immediately says he's got 3 kids and has no time to watch this shit. And I can tell you, you can find time to watch stuff if you like it. He saw this and said, I'm not going to watch this shit. He knows Phase 4 is trash. Phase 4 is the straw that broke the camel's back with him because he hated Thor, Love and Thunder, apparently, and he does not want to come back to do that. He's had some harsh words for Taika Waititi. I think I was calling him Taka before. It's Taika Waititi, I think. But he had some harsh words for him that didn't call him out. He's really nice when he criticizes. Kind of like when people from Japan criticize things, they're very polite. They politely say F you. That's kind of like what he's doing. So he goes on this podcast, and they ask him, ooh, are you watching Loki? You watching the other stuff? He's like, that's cool, but I've got kids. I don't have time for this. He's basically saying, I got time to watch this garbage. Why the hell would I watch this trash? He's saying it in a more kinder way, a nicer way of basically saying Phase 4 sucks. But it's okay because he said, oh, that's cool. He found it interesting. All right. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about all of this. Do you think he actually liked Loki? Let me know. Do you think he's done with the MCU? Do you think he's coming back? Do you think he will come back? Do you think they want him back? Let me know what you think. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and my Locals, where we're going to be doing some giveaways. We're giving away some CGC comics over there. So follow me over there, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.